Hi friends, this is Sarah from Crafting and Relaxing. Welcome. Thank you so very much for joining me. I call you my friend if you take the time to hang out with me in my craft room. So even if you're brand new, welcome. Thanks for joining us. In updates, I tell you what's going on in my craft room. It is literally an update of what I'm working on. If you've watched me for a bit, you know that I am not the most organized crafter. I don't work sequentially lots of times. I just see where the day takes me and have fun. So I'm going to show you these items and then I'll show you around my craft room. And I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I'm thinking for this year. We should be thinking about our goals for 2022. And I don't have crafty goals because I have a crafty business. I have crafty goals because I want to be sure that I take time for crafting and relaxing in my life. Just to give you an idea, maybe crafty goals are something weird that you haven't heard of. And they don't have to be just crafty. They could be your exercise or your gardening, or maybe you're going to declutter your whole house or just one room, okay? Maybe just the junk drawer. That's fine too. So stick with me. It might be kind of long, so maybe some coffee or some tea. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and now you're getting cleaned up and caught up and getting ready for New Year's. I don't know, maybe you're having a big party. Probably not these days. Okay, let's look at cards. Annie Creates made these on her channel. How cute are these? When I saw them, I was like, oh, those are cute. So she's got a beautiful blue background. I don't know if you can tell. Yeah, there's some interest in it. And then the foiling, just really, really lovely. Annie has a really positive channel and a joyous giggle. So if you enjoy the drama-free crafting focus in my channel, I think you'd like Annie too. Then look at this. We Believe in Santa. I took these all out of the envelopes because I was just worried I'd mess up. I have a card from somebody who's brand new, and sometimes when I put washi over the address and then tear it off, it doesn't work so well. This one is from Beth of Bourbon Creek Craft. And again, if you like a drama-free crafty channel, that is a great one to watch. Great. So Beth and Annie, you should check them out. And Beth has some things in here for me. She does vinyl cutting on her machine. And look at these. These will be great for my pet journal unfinished object project. So I'm going to put those in that bin. And then little circles. I don't know. Oh, kind of like enamel dots or decorations maybe. Those are cute too. That card is too fun. And she has little tiny stars on it. See them? This card is from Kathleen. Kathleen says she's been watching my channel and she enjoys my videos immensely. She's never commented. Isn't that interesting? And I think those of you who don't comment, all you have to do is create an account. It's free. You just set up a username and password, and then you can comment as much as you want. You don't have to pay. You don't have to do anything. Commenting and giving a thumbs up on a video helps YouTube favorite, so it will recommend it to other people. So it does help support the channel that you're watching, and you're not spending any money, just time. So if you want to make a channel, or if you want to leave comments, Kathleen, that's how you do it. And you are totally welcome to anytime. I love to hear from people. But some people are shy. Some people have had identity theft and they're really nervous about that online, and that's totally fine too. Even if you watch my videos all the time and you never leave me a comment, I appreciate the views. It helps my numbers. And I pay attention to how many views there are on a video because that lets me know maybe how many people got joy from it. So here we are, Kathleen spreading joy. I just love this card. What she's done is she's got patterned paper behind it and then embossed it with a branch and a die cut. Oh, sorry guys. Wilson's having a little hissy fit because he's in puppy jail with me because he was barking too much. So he's not dying. He's just, there's a squirrel or something. And then look, I love these. Joy, but with an ornament in the middle and a bow. Really, really a nice card. Thank you so much, Kathleen. I love it. It brought me joy. I appreciate it very much. It's fun to hear from new people. I mean, I love to hear from the people who have sent different mail and commented a lot, but it's also fun to get to know new people. Speaking of kind of new, somewhere in the middle, so Rhonda just started sending cards, and she's been commenting for a while. She's Rondita95. All is calm and all is bright. And she said there was no blue in this paper pad. So she's sorry, but there was no blue. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this is really layered up and wonderful. Okay, we're going to have to take a Wilson intermission. I don't know what his problem is, but he is just into something. Wilson is my big dog that's a garter, if you're new here. And we share a room. It's fun. Okay, so this is from Rhonda. Thank you so much, Rhonda. Then Mary sent me an envelope, and her envelope's really decorated cute with stars all over. She put a note in it, and then she made this card, but she didn't write in it. Look at this. You are a star, and it's star-shaped. And does this fit in an A2? Ooh, not quite, but it's cute. I have Star Infinity dies too, Mary, and I haven't made a card like this. And see what she did? She left it so it stuck off of the fold. So her card itself is star-shaped, and then she just covered it up. The pattern paper goes up the top. I recognize this, right? It's G45. I love the orange and blue. Sorry, Cheryl, but I don't think I'm going to join you with yellow and blue. I think I would pause at orange and blue. The color wheel says I should. Let me show you what else Mary sent. Oh, and then we got to get back to Cheryl too. Winter is a season of recovery and preparation. Winter forms our character and brings out our best. There's a storm rolling in here, so these are funny. By the way, we are using my new lights, if you didn't hear about that in last week's updates, and I am testing Mr. Crafting and Relaxing's brand new iPhone. So you'll have to tell me if this is the most amazing video I've ever made. I mean, for clarity. It clearly won't be the most amazing for organization or layout. People don't notice whether it's winter or summer when they're happy. Winter times are beautiful. These are awesome. Awesome, Mary. Winter. Okay, I'm going to set these aside and then I'm going to show you these. I peeked at all this stuff, which is fun. I got to admire the cards and everything. I might start doing that. I might start opening up all the envelopes and studying the cards. Look at these. These are all from my butterfly journal, which it's probably going to have to be plural at this point. The same thing's going to happen as the birds. And let me say to you guys, I do not need a thing, especially when it comes to butterflies. Mary is fancier than I am. She gets into the digitals and all kinds of stuff. These are just cool, aren't they? So cool. These will be gorgeous. Thank you, Mary. But I don't need anything, you guys. I just like to see your cards and hear how you're progressing. It's really fun when I have somebody who's brand new and sends me their first card and they're terrified, and then they start sending me more cards and I get to see how they're doing. And you guys are always welcome to share messages with me on Instagram or email me pictures. I know you can't put pictures in the YouTube link, but other ways you can. So what I'm going to do with these, I want to show you what I'm doing. I'm going to show you my messy counter too. As I put away the holiday stuff, I think I talked about it in a video, but I had this bin that I wasn't really using and I'd offered to other people and they weren't excited. So what I did was the front is December daily numbers and general embellishments. So over here I have numbered things where I could use those for page numbers in December daily. Like if I was super organized right now, I'd cut them all or whatever. And some are cut. In fact, there are some in here that I prepped before and lost. Like these, I prepped during a TV watching session and then lost. So I think this is a better plan for me. Then I have a section, you can't see the things, but vintage December daily, and then regular December dailies behind that. And then I also used it for dies and stamps back there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these winter ones that she made for me right here, and I'm going to put them in vintage December daily. And as I'm working on my goals, I am also thinking about when am I going to start December dailies. It's going to be early. I think you'll be shocked watching my channel this year. I think it'll be different because I imagine myself super organized. We'll see. The one thing about my new lights is we have some glare. So pros and cons, right? That is not all my holiday stuff in any way, shape, or form. I just thought it was a neat way to put embellishments together. I had been putting them in an iris case before. Just to dig to the bottom takes forever, and I would make journals or other things I sent out the December daily and then found the numbers. So, there's no point in having all that cool stuff if you don't remember to share it. Talked about all the cards. Let me show you these. Nancy left me a note and said, why don't you use that stamp that you want to use vertically? And, that's how banners hang anyway. Look at these. I think they turned out cute. If you have a stamp that you want to use, go for it. Like I have one here that says, have a beautiful day, or thinking of you, friend. You could make a banner that goes down this way vertically, and it would be really cute. And if you want to jazz it up more, you can layer it like I did on this one. You could heat emboss it. You could use a contrasting ink instead of virtually the same color, but blue, come on. So I just wanted to show you those and let Nancy know that I appreciated her comment. I do read all your comments and I love them, and I very often take your advice. I just am so unorganized, I forget to tell you. So let's talk about Cheryl for a minute. Cheryl, I don't know how to ask you, and I want to know how your hand surgery went and if you're doing well. And then I want to tell you guys a story that I hope is interesting, but it was too long to leave for Cheryl in the comments. Years ago, decades now, when my grandpa was still alive and healthy guy, my grandma was making him an appointment one day. He had a trigger finger, I think, either trigger finger or thumb, not what Cheryl has, but close. She was making the appointment and he said, oh, and tell him my chest hurts. And turns out my grandpa had a triple bypass that day because that's just how he was. He was just understated about things and nothing was a real big deal. But I just thought that was an interesting story, and it also can be an indicator of different generations. So keep an eye on the older people in your families because they might not whine as much as they should. We still joke about that in my family. Oh, and tell them my chest hurts. And I found out because I came home, I feel like it might have been a Friday, and it had been a rough week, and I was like, whew, downtime. And I came home and Mr. Crafting and Relaxing, because he's a smart guy, this was way before we all had cell phones, handed me a big bag of candy and said, your week is about to get worse. And then we went to the hospital. So always give candy with bad news, I think. That turned out fine. His surgery was fine. He lived long enough to get his money's worth out of it and everything. But I just thought that was a funny thing. So hope your chest doesn't hurt too, Cheryl. And if it does, be sure and tell him. Okay, I'm going to put these in the butterfly bin. I'm trying to be organized and keep all this stuff together for my projects. Why are these sitting here, people? As I was decluttering my room and looking around, I thought, oh, I made those tassels. Must have been Smash or Stash or something. And I never put them on Etsy. I didn't have a plan for them. These two tassels, I don't have a plan for and don't think I need. I think the people that watch my channel and support me should be rewarded because I feel like I sell my stuff at fairly reasonable prices. So before I put stuff on Etsy, I like giving you guys the chance to jump in. It will probably cost, I would guess, $5 to ship one of these. So if you want tassels, you'd be better off getting them both and we can work something out. So you can message me on Instagram or email me. It would cost $5 to ship. So I would think maybe $15 for the pair. I don't know if that's fair. If that's not fair, you guys can tell me. All kinds of goodness in there. And then this one has a button dangle on it too. They'd be really, really great on junk journals. And I am not an expert tassel maker, but I had fun making them. All right, I told you, I'm going to show you, and you can laugh at me, I'm fine with it. I told you that I was going to keep my room really tidy and I was going to move back in slowly, and after the electrician came and worked the miracle, it was going to be a game changer. Okay, I went to work one day and Mr. Crafting and Relaxing, which is wonderful and we have to be grateful for, right? Tidied the entire house and put all of my junk back in my room. And I came home and said, I didn't really want all my junk in my room. And he said, well, I didn't really want it all over the house. So my strategy of leaving it other places in the house and bringing it in slowly did not work at all. But that's okay. And honestly, most of the mess you saw was not his fault. It was mine. The vacuum in the middle of the room, glitter everywhere. I have not cleaned up from Smash That Small Paper Pad. I procrastinated. I had so much fun making snowmen. I never actually started the cards until, what was it, the day before? So today, this is what I'm going to work on. Oh, there's some glare on here. And I think that's the shadow from the light. This is my Remarkable. Santa brought this to me a couple weeks ago. I didn't ask for it. I thought it was ridiculous, and I love it, by the way. I'm a list maker, and I have to keep things in front of me or I just get sidetracked. And I thought that one of these wouldn't work for me because it's not a piece of paper in front of me. But for the last couple of weeks, it seems to be working, and I love it because I can have different files of all kinds of different stuff. You can have your holiday crafting list. You can have a document for work. You can have the books you want to read. I mean, you can have lists of everything. I'm not good at turning the page. I'm getting better. Watch. Look at that. Went back and forth. And I am not good at organizing my files and understanding where I am in the document. If there was a way to turn a menu on up here that showed me where I was, I'd probably like that because I have like a crafting and relaxing section and I want to keep all those files together, but they're mixed around. Today, glitter cleanup. The snowmen were super fun to make, but wow, I need to bounce back from that. Thank you cards. I have cards spread out from Happy Mail and all kinds of stuff. And some people sent me gifts a while ago and I have been behind on that, so I have to get that done. I want to prep for Smash Our Stash, which is on the 7th. And what I like to do is take the bin. Oh my gosh. Oh, oops, backfired, didn't it? This is a bin of stuff that was on the counter when I was cleaning up for the electrician. My logic was I'll put it in the Smash Our Stash bin because that has to be used by the 7th. So I will definitely find it. As a butterfly, that kind of logic works for me because I had completely forgotten this is then in there. So this is a whole box of miscellaneous junk that needs to be sorted and put away and dealt with. And then I will put the Smash Our Stash supplies for January in there. I don't remember off the top of my head what the category is for Smash Our Stash. That is how a clutterbug butterfly has to deal with things sometimes. Now that's going to take longer than I thought too. Am I going to put the rest of my holiday stuff away like I just showed you that bin? I'm going to put that stuff in a bedroom this year, you guys. I'm going to put Christmas, fall, Christmas, and winter somewhere else. Don't tell Mr. Crafting and Relaxing, but I just feel like the cupboard space in here is just prime real estate, and I don't want to use it for stuff I'm not going to use for, I'm going to say 6 months, because I'm thinking July I'm going to start December dailies maybe. Back to my point. Should I put it away, or do I want to make some more snowmen or truck cards? I have a really cute... I was going to show you my truck die that I got from Ty's Crafty Spot, but I can't find it. So last year I had some truck ephemera, like a pickup truck, and I put a bunch of snow and made cards with it, and that was super cute and fun, like the snowmen too. So I was thinking about making some of those. I just haven't gotten that far. I'm not going to use any more loose glitter. It was the Stampin' Up! Glitter that got me. It wasn't Stickles. It wasn't Wink of Stella. Those were good to me, but the loose glitter, oh my. I hadn't used that in a while. Now I remember why. And I have little bits of things all over the counter that could still be chopped up and die cut and used. So I think I might make some more. Okay, I think that's it for today. I'm going to get some more coffee and just start goofing off. Turn on some fun music and have a great time crafting and relaxing. I think I'm going to do a couple videos a week this year, and I'm still trying to figure out for sure which things I'm going to make videos of, because I've been talking about it with a friend, and I don't necessarily need to make videos of everything that I do, and I don't really like editing videos. That's not where I have my fun. So let me know if there are specific videos that are your favorites and you would want me to keep. Leave some comments down below. And the other thing is, as I'm making videos throughout the year, you can share those videos with your friends, give them a thumbs up, leave comments. If the numbers favor a type of video, then that will tell me that you like those. But honestly, I don't like to make stuff just to make a video. Does that make sense? I'm bringing you with me on my real life crafting. I'm not trying to cater to get the best views or that kind of thing. Does that make sense? And I hope that's inclusive and welcoming as a friend, not ungrateful, because I am very, very grateful that you come with me on my crafty journey. But I just think we should see where the day takes us and what we want to work on, right? And not necessarily do it just because it's super popular. Oh, did I mention this to you guys? I thought it was hilarious. Okay, 100 years ago, When I cut my card bases, I always cut them like this. I took an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper and I cut it in half. For those of you who are new, here's a piece of paper and you just cut it at 5.5 and then you fold it, and that's a card base. Back then, every card base was cut that way, and we either used it this way or this way. I stamp on the back of mine, so once that's stamped, I try to stick with that, right? Now, these days, we cut them like this for the verticals. So you go the long way and cut it at 4 1/4 and then fold it this way. So they're cut 2 different ways. I don't have cream for both, so you can see. Oh yeah, I do. So they're cut 2 different shapes. I was watching somebody and they said, oh, I think I'm going to go back to just cutting them all like this, and so they stand up nice. And I thought that was funny because it's like the slimline cards thing. There are trends. Now, what I will say is this works fine for 110 pound or 120 pound. But if you are trying to be a reasonable crafter and not have a million different kinds of paper, this is the way to cut your bases. Cut them this way, make your cards so they stand up either like this or like this. It doesn't take as sturdy of a paper to still make a nice card. If you make a card this shape, if you cut your base this way with thin paper, it will slouch. It will curl down and not stand up nicely. Super nitpicky, doesn't matter. But if you are wondering why, that's why. I'm not planning on changing mine anytime soon. What it did make me think is if we go back to that, I could just make a billion card bases and then leave somewhere I don't stamp it. And then I wouldn't run out as much because I end up with the different shapes and stamped. Just my ramblings that you might want to know. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you are taking time for crafting and relaxing and taking good care of yourself during this busy holiday season. Bye-bye.